What's good, YouTube? Welcome to Blissful Kingdom. Today we're gonna be watching Monster episode Physite. So last episode was pretty crazy. I'm not gonna lie to you. So we found out who the monster was. It was Johann Liebert, and we now have 100% certainty that he was the one that killed those doctors years ago, the 3 doctors years ago. And I don't know what his relationship is with Timma, how he feels. It kind of feels like some toxic, weird. We gonna get into that. I ain't gonna say too much. With all that. I remember last episode too. I was like, bro, these voice actors, they sound crazy, they sound amazing. So I went and it's once Liam O'Brien and then that boy Keith. So I'm like, okay, no wonder why they, you know what I'm saying? They did their thing on there. I don't want to talk too much though. I want to get right into this episode. I stream on Twitch and TikTok. The links will be below in the description if you want to pull up. With that being said, let's just get right into this episode. Are we running?
Now, class,
this is
I want you to tell me what was the basis for the ruling the judge made in regards to the 1968 Stuttgart case. Oh boy, what is this silence? Are we some kind of a monastery?
Shit, I don't know.
Mr. Reimer, I'd like to hear your answer if you have one.
Well, sir, that is to say,
Anyone? Is there anyone in this room who can break this silence?
Shit, don't sound silent to me. You talking. What an entrance.
Is here at last. You're 13 minutes tardy. Seems your part-time pizza delivery job kept you awfully busy today.
I'm sorry,
Man,
Professor
some pizza sound fire right now. I'm sorry. Shit.
Well, let me ask you a question before you sit down. Do you have enough strength left to tell me the basis for the ruling in the 1968 Stuttgart case?
Oh, she gonna know it for sure. I know she gonna know it.
Yes, the defense claimed that the kidnapping was a sham.
Right, let her catch her breath. Hold on.
The victim's death
Let her
had been due
cook.
to poisoning. After an investigation into the crime scene, it was found that the victim's death had been accidental and that there was no motive. So, since the crime couldn't be proven to be an intentional murder, I believe a sentence of 15 years was handed down.
Very good.
She knows her shit.
You can take your seat, Nina Fortner.
And nobody else can answer that too.
Yes, Professor.
Monster.
Wow, good job, Nina.
Nina, chapter
If I had
5.
been able to give him the answer, I have no doubt that Kronecker would have probably demanded we write a 50-page report.
50 pages if we were lucky.
I'll have to treat our savior Nina to something to eat. What do you say, Nina? A nice meal, just the 2 of us?
Oh, I'm sorry, Peter, but I have a club meeting today.
Just say, I'm sorry,
Bye.
Peter. That's
Hey, Peter, how
tough.
many times was that?
Come on, shut up.
Damn, bro, how
As
many
if one
times?
of
I
you
guess-
losers could actually
shit.
score a date with her.
Keep trying, I guess. Looks like me would have gave up. There's no way she's bodying all of them. How much does she weigh? Like 100 pounds soaking wet for real? Bro, am I tweaking or are their lights blue? That's supposed to be green. Is that just how it was made back in the day, or is it like that for over there? 'Cause the stop sign was green.
Hey, I'm home. Boy, am I hungry. Hey, Mom, you dyed your hair.
What do you think?
At your age, I don't think you should be dyeing your hair such a bright color.
I don't
Nigga,
agree
shut
with
your
you,
ass
Dad.
up.
I think Mom
Hate
looks
her ass.
great.
Looks like she's going to some costume parade.
It's nice to know Mom is still young. Right? Hi, Dad. Oh, and that reminds me, speaking of costumes, I saw some kids dressed up from head to toe today.
Oh yes, today's supposed to be the St. Hadrian costume parade.
Oh,
St.
I wish
Hadrian.
I had dressed up like that when I was a little girl.
I went to a
Yeah,
parade
you
and
did
shit.
dress up in a costume
I don't know how
once.
long.
Isn't that right, dear?
Yeah, that's right. I'd completely forgotten.
Let's see. It's around here. Oh, look, here it is. You were so cute.
He's a rat.
Isn't
I mean, it
that
makes sense
right,
that you're not
dear?
gonna remember that.
Yeah, I remember.
What's going on? Why are you tweaking? What was with that?
A costume parade, huh?
You gotta be rich to have a PC during this
Distant
time, right?
spring. I forlornly wait for a spring that will never come.
Like in your crib?
Oh, Hannah. Will you get over your breakup already?
Tell her ass.
I shall send you the most beautiful flowers. I was born to smother you with flowers. That's so beautiful. Wow.
Smother sounds kind of crazy
I wonder
though.
who sent this. Aha. I
I'm very impressed with you, Peter.
Tell me, are you still having that nightmare? The one about the monster emerging from the darkness?
No. I've been sleeping very well. I've been so busy, I don't have time to dream.
It's common for students to feel fear and anxiety. Expectations of the future mix up with other insecurities. People end up confused, losing sight of who they are. But who you are is something you can spend your whole life trying to grasp and never figure out completely. We're always projecting and trying to look into the future. We spend our whole lives looking for the answers, and we do the best we can.
Right, and that's what I'm doing. I want to become a federal prosecutor.
That's very good. All right, I think that brings us to the end of our session.
I don't like his
Nina
vibe.
Fortner,
I don't know why.
Such a cheerful girl. But
I have no reason not to
I
like these
can't help
people, and I'm over
thinking
here
that
being a
she's
hater.
Overcompensating or running from something. Something overwhelmingly dark.
I would never have guessed in a million
Gang
years
did
you
not
had such
send that
talent
shit.
for writing poetry.
I don't know what you're talking about. I wouldn't be able to come up with frilly stuff like that even if I stood on my head.
Then who was it? I only give my email address to friends and no one else.
Beats me.
You sure about
Damn
that?
it. What this means is some suave poetry guy is honing in on my girl.
You gotta do better, brother.
Who then? Who could it be?
After shooting the parents to death, the perpetrator strangled their 2 children with a rope.
Damn.
Grisly, really? Now,
You okay, Nina?
I would like you to explain the verdict using
Nina, are
the
you
records
okay?
from all of the hearing. Nina Fortner. What, do you not understand the question?
Why is she the only one always getting called on to answer and
Well,
shit?
the trial
Is she
was
the only one in the
focused
class?
mainly on the cold-blooded murder of an entire family.
That PTSD
The
kicking.
evidence. The evidence.
Oh, so not even Nina has all the answers, huh?
Can this nigga not take a clue? Like, what the?
Nina? What's wrong, Nina? Nina?
I'm all right. I just felt a little ill, that's all.
You mean that question about that murdered family?
Don't say that.
I thought you were awfully brave, but I guess you're pretty sensitive, too. Did you watch a horror movie that totally scared you when you were a kid or something?
Yeah,
I
bro,
know
that's
exactly
definitely
what
what it
that
is.
counselor, Dr.
100%.
Guido,
That's
would
100%
say.
what it is.
That's it.
Hmm?
I have no memories.
Huh?
I remember nothing before the age of 10.
How old was she when?
Where are my memories? My childhood memories.
How old is she now?
Yes, those 2 were indeed a very nice
That's one thing
couple.
about the dub. I ain't
To
gonna
think
lie,
that they
that
died
does
in
suck.
such a
Is
way.
it doesn't translate
Huh?
that shit.
Children. Oh,
So I have
now
no
that you
clue
mention it, yes,
what
there
that
was
says.
a son.
Do you remember if there was a boy?
Yes, there was.
Good baked goods.
Wasn't his name Michael? He was 14, give or take.
Yes, Michael Reichman. I remember him vaguely, but he was a student in my classroom. But he didn't leave much of an impression. I'm embarrassed to say it, but honestly, I don't remember him very well.
Damn.
I'm not sure if he had any friends. You see, there are no records left from then. Everything went up in a fire about 6 years ago now.
There definitely was
My
a
boy
boy
Tin
named
Mo-
Michael living here in Cologne until 6 years ago. And Michael's real name is...
Johann, huh? Yes, there was a time when I went by that name.
Who are you? What does it matter? What's the use? He's a serial killer, the older of twin siblings.
Bro, my boy Tenma walked so Okabe can run. I don't know why I get like he reminds me of him so much. And like just they be just going through it just like mentally, gang. Like holy fuck.
That's all there is to it. Nothing else. What am I doing? Twins. His sister. Where did his twin sister go?
Yeah, so that's her.
I will pick you up very
Okay.
soon. Who is this? He'll be picking me up very soon? But what does that mean?
A child.
So
Oh,
did she
yes,
forget
there was a
everything when
boy
that
about
scream
7 or 8
happened and they
years
met
ago.
each other?
Mr. and Mrs.
And he was
Hyman had taken the
crying?
boy in, but
Listen, I just want to forget about what happened to that poor couple. After all those horrible things happened, I almost moved away.
So they separated them?
I remember that boy very well. Why
Nigga,
don't
who are
come
you?
up? I was about to have some tea.
He finna drop some knowledge.
Thank you.
I done seen it all.
I was wondering...
Just have a seat.
Nigga, just sit down. Be quiet.
You're a doctor, right? That
Yes, sir,
boy
yes, sir.
was the one who told me. You are Dr. Tenma.
So you told him that he saved his life?
Who is he? I have no idea who he is. It was just an anonymous email.
Aw, you look so happy.
Why is she I would be
You're
like,
Mrs. Prince Charming on a
tell the
white
police?
charger,
The
or a
fuck?
knight in shining armor coming.
Why?
I get some random emails and you're like,
There you go, Nina.
oh
daydreaming
my god.
again. Come
It sounds like a
on,
fucking
that's so
serial
corny.
killer.
How many boys do you know who write like that?
Oh,
Exactly.
hold on, wait. There is a new guy in our class. You know who I'm talking about?
Oh, I've seen him. He's the guy who sits quietly in that legendary
I see him,
seat near
pants
the
to
12,
nothing.
where you're bound to be called to the instructor. But strangely enough, he's never called on.
He is always staring at Nina the entire class. He's the one.
All I know is that boy was extremely grateful to you. Yes, Dr. Tenma? He told me more than once that because you saved his life, you meant more to him than his parents.
What name did he
Damn.
go by then?
Franz. But he did tell me it wasn't his real name.
If he opened
Guess
up
we need
enough to
different
tell
names.
you that much, it means he must have really trusted you.
Mr. and Mrs. Heine, who lived across the hall, took him in. He lived with them for about a year. It was 14 months, to be precise, from March 1987 to April 1988. And then one day, out of the blue, he suddenly vanished. He really was very bright, that boy, and
Damn.
very well-mannered.
Did he visit you in your apartment very often?
Every day. I live alone, so I always welcome the company. He sat in that chair.
Every single
and would
day.
spend most of his time studying. He was able to master the English and French that I taught him in no time. By the time
Damn.
he disappeared, he was completely fluent in both languages.
I'm
He was
struggling to
only
learn
12
Spanish.
years old.
That's impressive.
Can you tell me if there's anything else you remember about him? Anything?
He was always interested in listening to my stories. Stories do you think he liked best? Go on, take a wild guess.
The war stories.
He liked my war stories.
Yup.
War stories?
During World War II,
I knew it. I knew you were gonna
was
say
on
war
the
stories.
crew of a U-boat. The boy's favorite story was about the time we were attacked by a destroyer of the Allied forces. We were at a depth of 120 meters. That's when we were attacked by the enemy. We had suffered a mortal blow, but we just kept going. We all waited in terror inside that creaking boat, enduring hour after hour. We had to endure that hell.
I'm sorry, I ain't talking
day
too
and
much.
a
I'm
half.
like really locked in and listening.
Any ordinary
They give me so much
child
information.
probably looked at this as another adventure story. But that boy was different.
He was studying
what
that
he
shit.
was most interested in was my description of ultimate fear. Yes, ultimate fear. That reaction of people on the verge of death fascinated him. That was all he was interested in.
He want to know how their mind was
toyed with
thinking.
fear.
The emotions, like human nature.
What was the expression on his face as he listened?
He probably had a gleam in his eye and a smile, I imagine.
Imagine?
Well, I cannot see Dr. Tenma. So no, I don't know the boy's real name, nor obviously do I have any idea.
Bro, I thought his eyes were just super blue. He can't see, but the way he was staring out the window, I was like, I thought he was looking at Timma.
What he looks like, for that matter. Earlier, you suggested the boy trusted me. I can assure you that he doesn't trust anyone. There's only one person that boy's trusted in his life. That's his sister.
Oh, his sister, okay.
Listen, I need your help. I'm looking for that sister.
He said he would go get her when she turned 20.
Where is she?
Okay, so she's
in
20.
Heidelberg.
I knew this man was gonna drop some gems for real.
See you later.
He's wise.
Be careful on your scooter, honey.
He said, I can't see, but what I can tell, he don't trust
Bye,
nobody.
See you later, Daddy.
Bye. And drive safely.
Not even
okay?
you, Timma. He only trusts his sister.
We made an agreement. We said we'd tell her on her 20th birthday that she
really
isn't
happened?
our real daughter.
Ooh, he adopted her. Okay.
What are you talking about?
It's gonna be hard to
You wanted
tell
meet
your
him.
child,
We
you know?
told him you'd wait for him here. It's better you didn't know.
Don't mess it up. You're about to meet Prince Charming.
Y'all gonna leave her?
Later.
Oh,
Wait.
W friends.
Daddy.
You're gonna meet up with a stranger and leave? Deuces.
How could they do this behind my back? It's him!
Okay, they stayed. Okay, cool.
Oh, good. Yeah. My name's Otto Huberman.
Oh, hello.
What's the point of this? Like, what was she expecting to happen? Oh, she knows. That's not the nigga that.
Who are you? I've seen
That's
that
your brother.
face somewhere before.
Did a little bit of her memories coming back from like seeing him? Yeah, some in her brain was clicking. Don't hit her head on the ground.
Nina! Nina! Nina, what's wrong? Can you hear me? Wake up! Come on, Nina! Wake up! Please! What happened? Come on! Okay.
What the fuck was that? Oh, and that's the end of the episode, bro. That is crazy. That's gonna wrap up episode 5 of Monster. I am a small channel, so if you'd leave a like, I would greatly appreciate it. And bro, the way that they end this show off, I'm ready to jump into the next episode with it. Cause like my brain is scrambling. I'm thinking like a million things. Like, oh, I'm trying to think of this connection with this. What's going on with this? Timma, he's talking to this man. This man's dropping his gems. So it's like, is Timma gonna try to pull up to the school to go try to meet her and talk to her? But I feel like she's not even gonna remember. But maybe is she remembering more now that she's seeing her brother? She did just pass out, so we don't know what's gonna happen. Is she gonna have a little dream? Is she just gonna wake up? You know what I'm saying? What's gonna happen? Also, I still wanna know if those detectives trust Timma. Like, do they believe everything he was saying? Because everything did check out and they let him go, right? And that's why he's on the streets today. And he does seem smart. The detective does seem smart. So it kind of is like, I feel like he might be able to put 2 and 2 together that, hey, what was going on? Especially that dude, like all the missing people that were dying, you know what I'm saying? Tenma wouldn't be able to do that. With that being said, that's going to be the end of this episode. If you stayed around this long, I greatly appreciate it, and have a blessed day. Peace.